I know how it feels. That quiet, unsettling moment when you walk into a room and suddenly realize you've forgotten why you're there. Or that evening when you're driving home and notice the streetlights are blurring more than they used to, making the road feel just a bit more dangerous. You've probably been told that this, the fuzzy memory, the clouded vision, the mental fog, is just an inevitable part of getting older.
But as we move through 2026, I am here to tell you as a physician, it doesn't have to be your story. It's easy to feel like your body is failing you, but the truth is, your brain and your eyes haven't stopped fighting for you. Every single night while you are deep in sleep, your brain and your macula, the very center of your retina, are working overtime to repair the cellular damage of the day. They are trying to heal.
However, the tragedy I see in my clinic every day is that most seniors over 60 are unknowingly starving their bodies of the raw materials needed for this repair. Statistics suggest that nearly 90% of adults in this age group are deficient in the specific nutrients that trigger nocturnal regeneration. Instead of recovery, they face a silent decline. But there is a hopeful path. Today, I want to share with you 4 simple, natural foods, real building blocks that can support deep brain recovery and protect your sight while you rest. No expensive supplements or extreme diets, just smart, science-backed choices you can prepare in your own kitchen. One of these, which we will discuss at the end, is a tiny seed that has a massive impact on neuroinflammation. You deserve to wake up feeling sharp and seeing the world clearly.
Let's start this journey of natural restoration together. To understand why certain foods work like medicine, we first need to look at what happens inside your head the moment you close your eyes. Many of my patients think sleep is just off time, a period of total inactivity. But for your brain and eyes, it is actually the most productive shift of the day. Imagine your brain has a secret night shift cleaning crew. This is what scientists call the glymphatic system.
While you are awake, your brain cells are busy thinking and moving, creating metabolic trash, sticky proteins like beta amyloid that, if left alone, can cloud your memory and lead to long-term decline. During the day, this cleaning system is mostly squeezed shut, but as evening sets in, these channels expand. Research published in the journal Science reveals that during deep sleep, the brain literally flushes out these toxins with a wave of fluid.
It is a nightly detox that determines how sharp you feel the next morning. Your eyes are no different. The retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in your body. All day long, light energy wears down your visual pigments. At night, your body enters a frantic state of cell renewal to recharge those pigments. If you do not provide the right building blocks before bed, you wake up with that heavy eye feeling and blurred vision that takes hours to clear.
Here's the trap I see many seniors fall into: eating a high-carb snack like bread, or worse, going to bed on an empty stomach. If you spike your blood sugar late at night, your body focuses on processing insulin rather than cleaning your brain. It essentially puts the night shift crew on a forced break. This is why the hours leading up to 8 p.m. are your golden window, the perfect time to provide specific nutrients that fuel this repair.
I want to offer a minor warning. While these nutrients are vital, if you have a history of kidney stones, you must be mindful of oxalates in certain greens, which I will show you how to prepare safely. So, what is the first fuel we need to kickstart this nighttime drainage and clear the fog from your vision? It starts with a vibrant, earthy vegetable that science proves can literally light up your brain scans by widening your blood vessels. Let's look at the power of beets.
When you think of beets, you might just see an earthy root vegetable, but to a doctor, I see a powerful natural pump for your circulatory system. Beets are unique because they are loaded with natural nitrates. Now, don't confuse these with the synthetic nitrates found in processed meats. These are life-giving compounds that your body, through a remarkable process, converts into nitric oxide.
Think of nitric oxide as a natural signal that tells your stiff, aging blood vessels to relax and open wide. In medical terms, we call this vasodilation.
For a senior, this is like upgrading a narrow, clogged garden hose into a wide, clear pipe, allowing oxygen-rich blood to finally reach the farthest corners of your brain and the tiny, delicate vessels in your eyes.
As we age, blood flow to the brain naturally declines, which is why you might feel that evening fog or struggle to find the right words after sunset. But science shows we can push back. A landmark 2017 study published in the Journals of Gerontology followed older adults who consumed beet juice.
The results were stunning. After just 2 weeks, imaging scans showed that their frontal lobes, the command center of the brain, responsible for memory and complex decisions, literally lit up with increased activity. Their brains were performing like those of much younger individuals, simply because they were finally getting the fuel they had been starved of. This same blood flow supports your macula, the center of your retina.
Without enough blood, the macula begins to starve and wither, leading to that blurry central vision that makes reading or driving so difficult. I remember a patient of mine, Frank, who is 74. Frank told me he had given up on his nightly crosswords because the letters seemed to dance and fade in the dim light. We started him on a small glass of concentrated beet juice about 2 hours before dinner. Within a month, Frank wasn't just doing his crosswords again. He told me his mental stamina had returned. He felt sharper, more present. This is likely due to betanin, the deep red pigment in beets. It's a potent antioxidant that actually helps prevent the buildup of proteins linked to cognitive decline. To get these benefits, I recommend steaming your beets lightly or using a slow-press juicer to keep the enzymes intact. Avoid overboiling them, as the nutrients can leak out into the water. A small glass of juice or half a cup of cooked beets about 2 hours before you wind down for sleep is the sweet spot. However, a minor word of caution: beets are high in oxalates. If you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, please consult your physician before making this a daily habit. Also, don't be alarmed if your urine takes on a pinkish hue. It's a harmless side effect we call bituria. By giving your body this nitrate boost in the evening, you are setting the stage for a night of deep, oxygenated repair. But while blood flow is the delivery system, your brain and eyes also need specific building blocks to actually rebuild their physical structures while you dream. And for that, we look to a common kitchen staple that contains the most bioavailable brain fuel on the planet. Do you know which one it is? It's the humble egg. A food so common we often overlook its extraordinary power to rebuild the human body. While beets help with blood flow, the egg provides the actual physical materials, the bricks and mortar, to repair your brain's wiring and your eyes' lenses while you drift into deep sleep. I know how it feels to wake up feeling foggy, or to struggle with the frustration of a name that's on the tip of your tongue but won't come out. It's not just getting old. It's often a sign that your brain is running low on a critical building block called choline. Think of choline as the raw material your brain uses to create acetylcholine. This is the messenger chemical responsible for memory and learning. When your choline levels drop, your mental telegraph system begins to fail. But here is the good news. Eggs are one of the richest sources of choline on the planet. A major study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2011 showed that seniors with higher choline intake scored significantly better on memory tests. Another study from Boston University in 2017 even found that those who consumed more choline had larger brain volumes. Essentially, by eating an egg in the evening, you are giving your brain the tools to reinforce its own structures while you dream. But we aren't just talking about memory. Let's look at your vision. Have you noticed that driving at night is becoming more stressful? Or that colors seem a bit more washed out than they used to be? That is often because the internal sunglasses in your eyes, the macula, are thinning. The golden yolk of an egg is packed with two miraculous pigments, lutein and zeaxanthin. These aren't just nutrients, they are high-tech filters that sit in the center of your retina to block out harmful blue light and stop oxidative damage.
A clinical trial published in the journal Nutrients in 2017 found that eating just one egg a day for 12 weeks increased the density of these protective pigments by a staggering 26%. That is like adding a layer of armor to your vision. Now, you might ask, Doctor, why not just take a supplement pill? For seniors, the answer is bioavailability. As we age, our digestion becomes less efficient.
The healthy fats naturally found in an egg yolk act as a delivery vehicle, helping your body absorb these eye-protecting nutrients much better than a dry tablet ever could. I recommend one poached or soft-boiled egg about 2 to 3 hours before bed. This timing is crucial. It ensures the nutrients are circulating in your bloodstream exactly when your body enters its peak repair mode during deep sleep.
Now, a small word of caution. If you have a history of severe heart disease, I always suggest checking with your local provider. But for most of us, the fear of eggs is outdated. A 2020 study in the British Medical Journal confirmed that one egg a day does not increase heart risk for healthy older adults. It is safe, it is natural, and it is powerful. But as amazing as eggs are, they work even better when combined with a specific green shield that protects your brain from inflammation.
Do you know which leafy vegetable acts as the perfect partner to the egg for total cognitive protection? That green partner is none other than spinach. I know, we have been told to eat our greens since we were children, but for those of us over 60, spinach isn't just a vegetable, it is a biological shield. I often see patients who describe a heavy, slow sensation in their thinking, what we call brain fog. If that sounds familiar, your brain might be struggling with silent, low-grade inflammation. Think of it like a tiny, smoldering fire in your neural pathways that never quite goes out. This inflammation is a primary thief of memory and focus as we age. Spinach acts as your internal fire extinguisher. It is packed with vitamin K1 and folate, two nutrients that work like a cleanup crew to dampen that inflammation while you sleep.
But the real magic lies in two antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. I like to call these internal sunglasses. They migrate directly to your macula to filter out the high-energy light that damages your vision. This isn't just a theory. A major study published in JAMA Ophthalmology found that individuals with the highest intake of these specific carotenoids had a staggering 40% lower risk of advanced macular degeneration. Imagine that. Simply by adding this leaf to your evening routine, you are nearly halving the risk of losing your central vision. Furthermore, researchers at the University of Georgia found that these same nutrients improved visual processing speed, meaning your brain and eyes start communicating faster again. Now, to get these benefits, you must prepare it correctly. Many people eat raw spinach, but for your eyes, that is actually less effective. Lutein is fat-soluble, meaning it needs a taxi to reach your bloodstream. I want you to lightly sauté your spinach for just a minute or two in a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. This simple heat and healthy fat unlock the nutrients, making them bioavailable for your body to use during its nightly repair cycle. A small word of caution. If you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, please enjoy spinach in moderation or consult your physician, as it is high in oxalates. But for most, a handful of sautéed greens at dinner is the ultimate brain vision insurance. Now, while spinach protects the physical structure of your brain, there is one more tiny powerhouse we need to discuss. It is a seed that acts like engine oil for your neural membranes, ensuring that signals slide through your brain with ease. Do you know which ancient superseed can actually re-grease your brain cells while you dream? It is the tiny but mighty chia seed.
As we cross the 60 or 70-year mark, our brain cells, the neurons, start to lose their bounce. Think of them like old rubber bands that have become stiff and brittle. This rigidity makes it harder for signals to hop from one cell to another, leading to that frustrating brain fog or the feeling that your thoughts are moving through molasses. Chia seeds are packed with alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. I like to call this internal lubrication for your mind.
According to a 2013 study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, these plant-based omega-3s are champions at cooling down neuroinflammation, that silent fire in the brain that steals your memories.
Even if the body converts only a small amount into active DHA, that steady supply acts as a protective shield for your neuromembranes, keeping them fluid and responsive. But it is not just about the brain. Your eyes, specifically the retina, rely on these same fatty acids to repair photoreceptor cells while you sleep. And here is the secret weapon hidden in these seeds: magnesium. Chia seeds are a powerhouse of this mineral. A review in Neuropharmacology back in 2016 highlighted that magnesium regulates the neurotransmitters that calm your nervous system. For a senior, this means deeper, more restorative sleep, the exact window when your brain's waste disposal system clears out the day's metabolic toxins. Now, a professional word of caution, because your safety is my priority. Please never eat chia seeds dry. They can absorb up to 12 times their weight in liquid, and if they expand in your throat, it can cause serious discomfort or even a blockage. To do this the right way, stir 1 tablespoon into a cup of unsweetened almond milk or Greek yogurt about an hour before bed. Let it sit for at least 15 to 20 minutes until it forms a soft, soothing gel. This chia pudding provides a slow, steady release of energy and protein, preventing those midnight blood sugar crashes that often wake you up and leave you feeling mentally exhausted the next morning. Feeding your body these 4 super repairmen, beets, eggs, spinach, and chia, is like giving your brain and eyes a nightly spa treatment. But how do we actually combine all of these into a simple, stress-free routine that doesn't keep you stuck in the kitchen all night? I am about to show you exactly how to build your own nightly repair protocol to make these benefits stick. Before we dive into the exact steps of your new routine, we must pause for a moment of clinical caution. Because you are unique and your health journey is personal, what works as a miracle for one might require careful adjustment for another. I know many of you are currently taking blood-thinning medications to protect your heart. Spinach, as wonderful as it is a powerhouse of vitamin K, the very nutrient the body uses to clot blood. If you are on anticoagulants, suddenly flooding your system with greens can interfere with your medication's balance.
You do not have to avoid these healing leaves, but consistency is your best friend. Do not jump from 0 to 3 cups overnight. Keep your intake steady and always keep your doctor in the loop. Similarly, those vibrant beets are masters of vasodilation, which is a fancy way of saying they relax and open your blood vessels. This is a blessing for high blood pressure, but if your pressure is already naturally low, you might feel a bit lightheaded or dizzy in the morning. Start slow.
Listen to the whispers of your body before they become shouts. Now, let's talk about a silent thief of your recovery, the evening carb trap. Many seniors reach for a slice of white bread or a sugary biscuit before bed. It feels comforting, but it creates a metabolic storm. Your blood sugar spikes, then crashes while you sleep, a condition called nighttime hypoglycemia. When your sugar pops hot at 3 a.m., your brain switches from repair mode to survival mode. It stops cleaning out toxins and starts panicking for fuel. This is why you might wake up feeling foggy, even after 8 hours of rest. So how do we avoid these pitfalls while still getting that deep, restorative repair? It is all about the timing. Let us look at the clock and map out your perfect evening, hour by hour. This is what we call the Chrononutrition protocol, a roadmap designed specifically for the unique rhythm of the senior body. At exactly 6 p.m., your metabolism begins its vital shift from activity mode to restoration mode. This is your golden hour. Your dinner should center around our first 2 pillars, roasted beets and a poached egg. By eating these now, you are aligning perfectly with your body's natural clock. A landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition highlights that the senior digestive system absorbs these specific micronutrients most efficiently as the sun begins to set. When you eat those beets at 18, you trigger vasodilation, which simply means you are relaxing your arteries and opening your blood pipes so they can carry more oxygen-rich life force to your head and eyes. The choline from the egg yolk starts its journey to your brain, acting as the essential raw material for your memory messengers. I know that deep down, many of you fear the loss of independence. That quiet dread of one day not being able to drive, read your own mail, or manage your own affairs. This 6 p.m. ritual is your primary defense against that future. Now, let us move to 8 p.m. About 90 minutes before you plan to close your eyes, it is time for your brain fuel snack, a small bowl of chia pudding. Why this specific time? It provides what we call low glycemic stabilization. This prevents nighttime hypoglycemia, that sudden drop in blood sugar that causes you to wake up at 2 a.m. feeling panicked, foggy, and disoriented. While you enter deep sleep, the omega-3s from those seeds are performing maintenance on your brain cell membranes, keeping them soft and flexible rather than stiff and slow. At the same time, the lutein and zeaxanthin from the spinach you ate earlier are finally docking at your retina, acting like a night shift repair crew to restore your vision for tomorrow morning.
Evidence from the Journal of Gerontology suggests that this rhythmic approach, matching your food to your biological clock, can improve cognitive processing speed by up to 20% in just a few months. You are no longer just eating. You are giving your body the precise tools it needs at the exact moment it needs them. This is how you stay sharp. This is how you keep your world bright. And most importantly, this is how you remain the master of your own life.
One meal, one clock cycle, and one peaceful night at a time. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs in health don't come from a pharmacy. They come from a quiet moment of choice at your dinner table. I know that as the years pass, it's easy to feel like your body is a house falling into disrepair. But listen closely. Your brain and eyes have never stopped fighting for you. They are trying to heal every single night while you sleep. Medical science, including research often highlighted by Harvard Health, confirms that the body's capacity for neuroplasticity, the ability to rebuild neural connections, doesn't have an expiration date. It just needs the right tools. You aren't fading away. You are simply a living system in need of better fuel. Don't let fear dictate your future. It is never too late to reclaim your clarity. If this journey resonated with you, please subscribe and join our community. Together, we are proving that aging can be a journey of strength. Share your story in the comments below. I am listening. You deserve to see every sunrise clearly. Let's keep moving forward together.